Happy Monday, it's Jenny.
And Kim. Hope you had a good Labor Day.
We are excited because this week our favorite place around us is opening, the Pumpkin Patch. So we are drinking out of our fall cups.
Cheers to fall.
We are super excited for this nice weather and yeah. We're finally going to do the nail dip kit today. So Kim went and got a kit.
Yeah, so I've been practicing. I went to Sally Beauty Supply and got this ASP Quick Dip Nail Kit. It comes with an activator, nail glue, also tips, like fake nail tips, and then 3 colors. So you've got French pink, white, and then a darker pink. It was, with tax and stuff, it was about $30. So for $30 you get a starter kit in 3 colors. So not too bad.
And it did come with a nail file, but not a nail buffer, and you need to have a nail buffer.
Yes, that's a good call.
So we learned that from last week. We were not prepared. But you need a buffer, and we're also learning that you probably need even an electric buffer.
Yeah. So I would say I've been practicing. I bought 2 new colors today, an Apple a Day and then Dusty Rose. This is an Apple a Day. There's some imperfections in here that if I really buffed out, it would be fine. So you want to decide, and then you wouldn't tell. Like you really couldn't tell if I did this or a salon once you get the hang of it. But how much of a commitment do you want to make? I really liked doing it, and I'm having a hard time finding a place to go, like a good one here, so I might. Amazon had the little electric drill stuff for like $17. I might just buy one, see how it goes. So yeah, you definitely want to get all of your supplies if you're gonna do it and try to do it correctly. And if anybody out there does nails and knows that what I'm doing wrong, you're filing your hand.
Well, I'm used to it. Or I mean, what do you mean, my hand?
Oh, son, it looks like you just started filing your skin. I'm like, that's weird. You should do that for the camera. Anyways, yeah.
What'd you say? Oh yeah, just make sure you have everything, because that's why we weren't prepared last week, because we did not have everything we really needed.
Yeah.
So, and Kim's been practicing, so that's probably a good thing. But we're gonna do my nails today. I chose the Dusty Rose color that she picked up today at Sally's.
Oh, I was saying, if you do nails, or if you're a nail technician and you see steps I'm missing or what I'm doing wrong, please feel free to comment and let me know. I would appreciate it. Okay.
I'm gonna move you guys down to our level.
Here, let me see. Okay.
Don't get too crazy.
All right. So, I need the, Okay, so in this kit, you start with the glue. And we're gonna let's start with your pinky, okay? Okay, so I'm going to, and you put this on just like polish, but you don't wanna go all the way to the cuticle. So you just go, I need Abby in here with the camera down view. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing. Oh yeah.
Do it, probably. Hang on. Hang on.
Hold on.
Technical difficulties. Is it showing it?
Yeah, a little
Maybe
more.
I should turn it around.
Yeah, like that's fine. Okay, so yeah, so you don't want to go all the way to the cuticle, but you want to get the whole finger. If you don't feel like you did, that's okay, because you're gonna do a couple coats. So now what I've also learned is you want to make sure your dip is smooth and has no wrinkles. So you kind of want to tap it so it's like that, right? There's no chunks or ripples in it. And then you take the finger and you kind of go in it as an angle, but once you start going in, go all the way down till it's submerged. Wait a minute and pull it up. You can kind of tap it off a little bit but I got an old makeup brush, and that works great. Or just going like that. Okay, now put it back, because
Okay.
I gotta do, you know,
Bunch.
yeah, but. Okay, so you can see in her nail, and it's a light color, so it's kind of hard to show up, but it didn't get all of the nail. So I'm gonna continue with the other finger, and then I'll do one coat on each finger of this hand and go back and do a second. There were times that I did, you know, you don't have, it's not like nail polish, so you don't have to let one dry and go to the next. I did one finger, you know, 2 or 3 times and then went back. So there's really no order I found that works better or not. Oh yeah, see, this one turned out better. And then you want to make sure you brush all the excess off. I also experimented with filing and preparing, you know, the nail beds and all that before dip and after. Again, you could do either one, whatever your preference is. It's actually pretty strong, so you want to that'll be you're just waiting for that, huh?
I didn't realize that what they were using is glue.
I don't know. There was
You think that it was something else at the nail salon?
so in one of the other kits at the beauty store, I didn't know if it was glue either. I was shocked too that it's glue. But I guess
Yeah.
it makes sense because if you were putting on acrylics, you know, isn't the dip?
Yeah, the dip is basically acrylic powder.
Yeah.
So if you like acrylics but hate how thick and bulky and just, I feel like they weigh down your hand a little bit. This is strong like acrylics, but it's so much like lighter. I mean, it's your own nail.
Yeah.
So it's just like a thicker polish. Basically, it gets really hard.
And like at the salon, I can get maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, it's really hard.
Usually it's at least 2, but the last couple of times I've been in, I've only gotten like a week before something started chipping.
That's not good. It shouldn't be that.
Right.
If you're not careful with the angle and if you don't go all the way in, you could clump, or you can get like really weird ripple effect in your nails. Which again, like if you had a strong tool
Yeah.
to buff it out, that's not that big of a deal. If you're doing it with your hand,
Here, wait, let me put it down on the, there you
um,
go. Yeah, it's a little bit, takes a little more.
yeah.
So you think you could do this, well, you did it, but I mean, you think it's pretty easy to do on yourself?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was worried about doing my right hand. So I did that one first. And it's awkward, but no, it was fine. Like if you just slow down a little bit, it's fine. I would also say I got a big bottle of acetone remover from Sally's. It was like $5, and I mean it's big. They also have gallon size. That was really handy. So like if I did mess up, I just soak my finger. Okay.
Apparently you don't need the UV light with this either.
No.
It's probably better for you, health-wise,
Yeah.
to not have that. And I don't smell, do you smell it from your side?
No.
You know how you'd go to the nail place and it like reeks of fumes?
Yeah.
I smell nothing.
No, I don't either. hair. Like, look how there's kind of a little ripple there in her nail. That's why you really want to brush, and you want to brush right away, because when I first started, I didn't have a brush. So some of that just dried that way or piled up. But the brush, I feel, does a good job of smoothing it out. Also, when I go to the salon, they use that white powder first to do like a little coat. You do get the white powder in the kit, and I wondered if that's kind of what that. Now, it's white, so you could use it as a color, right? Or you could do a really thin coat, and that would give you basically like 3 coats. But also the nice thing about this is sometimes, depending on what technician I get, they don't want to do 3 dips. You know, we've used, okay, that's 2 dips. It's still incredibly full. I mean, it's just one hand. But do you want to do 3 or do you want to do 2?
Let's do 3.
Okay.
Just because that's what I would normally do.
And I would say, like, the first coat, it's just to kind of get it on there. The second and the third coats, you want to be mindful of where you're putting the glue and where the color is going to go, because that's the shape of the nail, right? And I think you can file. Which you can, but like that's all the technical skill that that you would still learn. And I feel like over time, the more you do this, you'd grow those skills. I mean, unless you took a class. The other thing in the instructions, which was really confusing, is they say on this applicator on the second coat, don't paint on the glue like a nail polish. You want to dab. Well, that really messed it up when I did it that way. I don't know why they say that in the instructions. I got lots of clumping. It was just really bad. So I have ignored that part, and I put it on like a polish. And that's worked so much better. I have not had any issues. That's a pretty color.
Yeah, I like it.
There we go. The other thing too that they don't put in the instructions, and we'll show you this after this, is when you're done, if you go to a salon, they ask you to wash your hands with water, not soap. And I think that makes a difference in the buffering or in the filing after.
Oh.
So I started doing that on these nails, and it did make a little bit of difference, but that's not in the instructions.
Oh.
So we'll... Because otherwise you're just buffing the powder, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that's, yeah, I think it looks pretty good actually.
We'll do
It's
that
not even
hand later.
done, but
So then, let's finish this hand.
yeah. Have you do it. I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up.
Oh, sorry. We need a camera thing. Okay. So, yeah, did I buffer a little bit?
Yeah.
So then the next step is this quick dip cure. It's a spray. And I saw in some kits, it's a polish. This one is a spray. It doesn't really tell you how much to spray, so I just kind of do a couple. Assuming you want the whole nail to get it, so you want to make sure everything is wet. And that just cures it. So it makes it, I think it replaces the need for not having a UV kit.
Okay.
So that's gonna cure it all. Now, the other thing too, if someone has advice, yeah, that smells,
That's pretty strong.
is I don't know if it would have been better to buff I mean, I assume it's not before doing that or like to file anything before you do that cure or not. In the instructions, it says to shine after.
Okay.
But like if you had, it's still really workable before you put that cure on. So like how I bumped Jenny's thumb. Sorry. I bumped her thumb. You can see it here. That was me making that little indent right there.
Yeah, it's soft.
Yeah. Okay, so what?
Wash that hand.
Yeah, just with some water.
Okay.
Ooh, it's hot in here. That's why my hair is always in a ponytail. Okay, just use.
Play-Doh.
We could probably just use like Play-Doh. We could. I don't have any in my bathroom. She's looking around at my.
Gotta
Okay.
be something in here.
So here's her fingers, and it's a really pretty color. It's a little rough. I mean, it's not that smooth